So today I'm going to show you how to make these adorable Hello Kitty pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween. I hope you enjoy. So tools and materials I will be using: you will need some chalk pastels, mostly browns, some black, some glaze, which is optional, some orange, black, and green clay. I will also be using 2 paintbrushes, one for your glaze and one for your chalk pastels. I'm using 3 different size ball tools. The larger ones you can use your fingertips, and the smaller one you can also use a toothpick, but these work much better. I'm using a needle tool and an X-Acto knife. For the needle tool you can also use a toothpick, and you can use any sort of blade for the X-Acto knife. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to split our orange color into 3 sections, 1 for the body and 2 for the ears. So let's roll this. First, what you're going to do is you're going to flatten it with your finger, just to give it that nice plump pumpkin shape. And next, I'm going to make a slight indent with my medium ball tool. This is where the stem is going to go. Now for the ears, you want to make a little triangle shape. Okay, so now find 2 even parts on your pumpkin and gently place them on. This isn't final yet. And then check from the side to make sure that you like the shape. Okay, so I like that shape. Next, I'm going to smooth it over. And I forgot to mention this in the tools and materials, so you will also need a blending tool, or you can use your fingers, but blending tools work much better. Okay, so just blend the ears into the pumpkin. Okay, now that my pumpkin's all blended and perfect, well, not perfect, you can't make anything perfect, I'm going to start to make the lines using my needle tool. Okay, you take your green clay and roll it into a log. Make it bigger on one side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of lines going down it. Be careful not to cut yourself here, and just be really gentle. Okay, now that I'm happy with those lines, you just want to cut off the bottom and the end. It's better if you cut it off at an angle, it looks more realistic. I'm going to roll it a little bit just to keep it round. And now stick it in the center of your pumpkin. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small ball tool and I'm going to gently push down the sides so that it forms with the pumpkin. And it sort of fans out the bottom, and it looks more realistic when you do this. Okay, you're gonna shave off an end. It just makes it a lot easier to apply. Make sure you don't have too much, just pat it on here. Because if you have too much, it'll get all over the place and it will not look good. Okay, with your dotting tool, I'm going to start with the nose and place it in the very center. Just 2 dots next to each other and then smooth it out. And her eyes are the same, they just go up and down. Okay, next, with our needle tool, we're going to make her little whiskers. Next, what I'm gonna do. I'm going to make her little bow. And since this is Halloween, I like to make it black. Roll it into a log and smush it down and see if it's the size, about the size that I like. And if it is, I'll cut off a very small amount for the center of the bow and leave the other two pieces. Okay, so smush down the larger pieces and then sort of pinch the end to make it a teardrop shape. I'm going to use the smallest ball tool I have and just push 2 little circles right next to the middle of the bow, and then with a slightly larger one, drag it out. Now it's time to bake. So I just took this out of the oven. I cooked it for half an hour, but you should always check your package and see what it says. You only need a small amount of black paint, and a dotting tool works best for this, but you can also use a toothpick. Okay, and for the whiskers, since they are so small, I do use my needle tool. It just works a little bit better. Okay, now that this is dry, I'm going to glaze it with some Sculpey satin glaze.